Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, a 23-year-old guy stood in front of his bathroom mirror every morning. He'd run his fingers through his hair, expecting nothing, and pull away strands he didn't remember losing yesterday. At first, he laughed it off. Stress, he said. Then he blamed his shampoo. Then genetics. But something didn't sit right. No one in his family had lost hair this young. And deep down, he felt it wasn't random. If this sounds even a little like you, stay with me. Because the real reason you're losing hair at a young age is probably not what you've been told. Here's the part most people never hear. Hair loss doesn't start on your head. It starts silently inside your body months, sometimes years, before you ever notice thinning. By the time hair shows up on your pillow or in the shower drain, the process has already been running in the background for a long time. And the reason so many people feel confused is because the early signs don't look like hair loss at all. Think back to when you were a kid. Hair just grew. You never worried about it. Your body recovered quickly, stress was temporary, sleep came easy, and your system was efficient. Fast forward to your late teens or early 20s. Sleep gets shorter. Meals become rushed or skipped. Screens stay on late. Stress becomes constant, and slowly, the internal environment of your body changes, without you noticing. Most people are told one word and the conversation ends: genetics. But genetics doesn't decide your hair's fate by itself. Genetics sets the stage. Your daily habits decide how the story plays out. Research shows that chronic stress increases cortisol, a hormone that directly interferes with the hair growth cycle. When cortisol stays elevated, your body gets a message that says, this is not a safe time to grow. Hair follicles respond by entering the shedding phase earlier than they should. Here's the twist. Stress doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels like being tired all the time. Sometimes it feels like brain fog, irritability, or never feeling fully rested. And because it doesn't feel urgent, it gets ignored, while your hair quietly pays the price. Now let's talk about hormones, especially DHT. You've probably heard this blamed for hair loss, but here's what's rarely explained clearly. DHT itself isn't the villain. Your body needs it. The real issue is sensitivity. Poor sleep, blood sugar spikes from sugary or ultra-processed foods, and chronic inflammation can make hair follicles overact to normal levels of DHT. The follicles shrink, hair becomes thinner, and growth cycles shorten. Same hormone, different response. That's why two people in the same family can live similar lives, and only one starts losing hair early. It's not just what's in your genes. It's how your body is handling its internal stressors. Now here's something that surprises almost everyone: nutrient deficiencies don't always look like weakness or illness. Many young people losing hair have borderline deficiencies. Not low enough to feel sick, just low enough to disrupt hair growth. Iron, zinc, vitamin D, and B vitamins play direct roles in follicle health. Studies consistently link suboptimal levels of these nutrients to thinning hair in young adults. And here's the frustrating part. You can be eating enough and still not absorbing enough. If digestion is poor, nutrients don't make it to where they're needed. Hair is not a priority organ. When resources are limited, your body protects your brain, heart, and muscles first. Hair gets whatever is left over. Sometimes that's almost nothing. Let me ask you this: how often do you eat while distracted, rushing between tasks, scrolling on your phone, eating late at night? Poor digestion means poor absorption, and poor absorption means your follicles are slowly starving even if your plate looks full. Now let's talk about something even quieter: inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is one of the most underestimated triggers of early hair loss. It doesn't announce itself loudly. It builds slowly from lack of sleep, processed foods, smoking, excessive caffeine, constant screen exposure, and never fully switching out of go mode. In that state, your body prioritizes survival over growth. Repair is delayed. Hair becomes thinner, weaker, and more fragile. Research shows that inflammatory markers are commonly elevated in people with early hair thinning, even when they're otherwise healthy. That's why hair loss often appears alongside other subtle signs like low energy, poor focus, or slow recovery. And just when you think you've found the answer, there's one more layer people overlook: the scalp itself. The scalp is living tissue. It needs blood flow, oxygen, and balance. Tight caps, harsh shampoos, constant styling products, overwashing, and buildup can disrupt the scalp barrier. When circulation is reduced, follicles receive fewer nutrients. Imaging studies show that thinning areas often have lower blood flow long before hair visibly disappears. So what can you actually do starting today without turning your life upside down? Start with sleep. Even 1 extra hour of quality sleep lowers cortisol and improves growth signals. Stabilize blood sugar by including protein with every meal. This matters more than expensive supplements. Slow down your eating. Better digestion leads to better nutrient absorption. Be gentler with your scalp. Fewer harsh products, less aggressive washing, and simple scalp massage can improve circulation over time. And here's the most important shift: stop seeing hair loss as the enemy. Hair is a messenger. It reflects what's happening inside you. When you address the root causes, stress, sleep, nutrition, inflammation, the signal often changes. Shedding can slow. Hair quality can improve, not overnight, but steadily. If you're still listening, it means this matters to you, and that's a good thing. Early awareness gives you an advantage most people don't have. Hair loss doesn't mean it's over. It means it's time to pay attention. If this story changed the way you think about hair loss, hit the like button. It helps this reach someone who needs it. Subscribe for more science-backed health stories explained simply. And comment below: when did you first notice hair fall? Your story might be the wake-up call someone else needs.